Hey, today we're going to talk about how an individual lost 97% of their overall net worth, and the financial advisors involved never thought to hit the brakes, never hit the pause button. And this is just an extreme example that illustrates for you the liabilities that you must protect your customers from and yourself from as a financial advisor running a quality financial practice.
This is The Rare Advisor, proud to be a part of the Advisor Advancement Network and home of a business model supercharged by recurring and repeatable events. Your host is Mike Walters, CEO of USA Financial. He is an investment advisor representative of, and securities are offered through USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, before we jump into the topic for today, I just want to remind you, if you have not gone to the website 12stepreset.com and requested your free report, it's titled The Advisor's 12-Step Reset for Predictable Growth, Value, and Lifestyle. If you haven't gotten a copy of that yet, I would highly encourage you to take advantage of that. There's no strings, there's no obligations. It's just doggone good information that will help you run your practice into 2024 and beyond. So with that being said, today I want to talk about a very important topic, kind of a solemn topic, but nonetheless an important topic because it can make or break your practice. So there was an article on December 11th in Bloomberg, and it was titled, as you can see here, JP Morgan is in a fight over its client's lost $50 million fortune. The bank is claiming that it was acting on an investor's best wishes to take risks, and his family and his doctors say that he was, in fact, slipping into dementia. Now, I don't normally read things to you here at Rare, but I will read just these 3 introductory paragraphs to the article. I would encourage you to go check out the entire article, and then we're going to talk about why this is so important to you. So by the time Peter D. signed the paperwork to have JP Morgan Chase & Company handle his fortune, he had built a company spanning the U.S., sold it to a conglomerate, and bet the proceeds on stock and oil beating the markets. By 78 years old, he said he was worth at least $50 million, and according to his family, he was starting to show signs of dementia. What followed over the next half decade, again, 5 years, was an almost total wealth wipeout, as Peter's wife said they increasingly depended on JP Morgan's advice for managing their portfolio, only to watch it lurch ever closer to zero. They ended up with just $1.5 million, selling their Boston condo and moving in with relatives. The reason I bring this up to you today on The Rare Advisor is because you are a cognitive fiduciary. Whether you realize it or not, either through the fiduciary side of the assets under management business, RIAs, IARs, or through the best interest side of the registered rep side of the business, you are truly acting as a fiduciary or very close to it, and you're expected to identify cognitive slippage. And this is super important because when a customer is sliding into such things, especially in this extreme example, and I don't know the whole story of what was going on between this couple and JP Morgan, go check out the article yourself. I'm not throwing any mud at JP. What I'm doing is I'm talking and pointing out to you how this can happen to anyone in the industry. And you need to know your customer. You need to be able to identify and notice when there are problems, bring that to someone's attention, protect yourself appropriately, be strong enough to stop transactions. If you are affiliated with a broker-dealer or corporate RA, contact the home office and get those transactions stopped when they need to be. There are rules and regulations there to support you in this category. Talk to your compliance department. But nonetheless, you have to beware and you have to be on the lookout for this. So even if a client is pushing you, saying, this is what I want to do, if you believe there's dementia there, if you believe there's cognitive decline there, it is your duty to back off of that transaction, hit the brakes, stop, pause, and talk to someone in the compliance arena to make sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's if you are moving forward with that. Or even if you're not, to make sure that you're doing the right thing and stopping someone from making a transaction. But you are considered a financial gatekeeper. And many financial advisors are not acting in that capacity, which then creates a huge amount of liability for their practice. Because again, I don't know the whole story here and I won't pretend to, but something like this can not just kill a career, it can take down a business. So even if it's a sub-advisor of yours, they could wipe out your practice depending on how things are structured and how far it goes. Now, assuming these first 3 paragraphs are accurate, this gentleman lost $48.5 million in 5 years, and no one thought to hit the brakes. No one thought to hit the pause button. So these are vital issues in today's environment. If you've done firm element CE, if you've done regulatory CE, you've probably gone through courses on cognitive decline and the steps you're supposed to take as an advisor. I can't stress enough that you actually take that to heart. Just as we want to protect people as they move into retirement, just as we want to help them and aid them and protect them during their retirement from a financial perspective, this falls under those protections. We have to help people in these situations. Do your best, be a rare advisor, and all will be well.
This information is for licensed financial professionals only and is not intended for use in soliciting sales from the public. The views expressed represent the opinions of the presenter or their featured guest, not necessarily those of USA Financial or its affiliated subsidiaries. Industry references are generic and not intended to represent actions or beliefs of any individual or entity. Content is only presented to illustrate general principles, beliefs, or ideas and should not be construed as legal or regulatory advice. Trademark and copyright protected. USA Financial and Affiliates.